Hi, I'm here with Dr. Aidan Crenshaw, professor of philosophy at NYU. He's just written a paper called The Orwellian Passover. Doctor, why don't you tell us a little bit about this book?
Yes, well, in my studies, I've found there's an incontestable escalation in a dangerous societal thought process.
That thought process being?
Humanity as a whole has disregarded the need for individuality.
I'm not sure I follow.
Well, we all have cell phones. We all have smartphones. We all go home and watch the same TV shows. It's become mundane, and everyone has lost their will to be the naturally given right to be their own person. In George Orwell's 1984, we're warned about the hazards of Big Brother. What's essentially comical about the situation we find ourselves in right now is, in retrospect, we are Big Brother.
How so? If I recall the book correctly, the government was Big Brother. Are you calling for government intervention?
Yes, Big Brother was the government, but it really was an entity. It was always watching and controlling. And what is perfectly horrifying is the fact that we have now become that entity. We watch and judge and control each other so as not to be judged, so as not to be different. In regards to your question about governmental intervention, that's the farthest thing from we need right now. This is fundamentally not a government problem. It's not a government problem. It's a problem in the mind of every person on the planet. It's a social problem.
Doctor, if you're not calling for government intervention, what are you calling for?
In the year
Revolution.
2525, if man is still alive, if woman can survive, they may find. In the year 35,
Students, this is the new required reading.
Ain't gonna need to tell the truth, tell no lies.
Boys, I need to inform you that we are canceling the football program.
What?
The other coaches and I feel that we are not influencing your need for individuality enough by letting you participate in organized sports.
Nobody's gonna
And down with the oppression they bring!
What have we done? We have burned these. All I ask from you this morning is one simple task. If you see one of these, burn it.
Now with the unique beauty face alterations, you can be different from anybody else. Just create your alteration and we will patent it for you and ensure that you are the only one with such a look in the entire world. Unique beauty face alterations. Remember, stay unique and stay beautiful.
All I wish is the sanctity of our great Lord's word to be freed from the evil of sameness. That his name not be spat upon by the disgusting name of routine, so that only one book of his living word in my hand now is left on his kingdom on earth, so that we may share with him our uniqueness and the afterlife, so as not to be sent to eternal damnation for holding on to false copies of this text.
If God's a coming, you oughta make it.
So, why are you here today?
My boyfriend's in the tattoo shop getting a number tattooed on his name so he can be identified from other people in the world who have the same name.
Time for the judgment day. In the year 8510, God is gonna.
This is scripture. For if we wish not to disobey our Lord, we must take up arms against the abomination that are twins. for they are the true form of the devil. You must always remember to be unique, but they are agents of Beelzebub, sent to tempt you with their ploy of uniformity. My children, come with me as I rebel against the Dark Prince and send his minions back to hell from which they came.
Now it's been 10,000 years. Man has cried a billion tears for what he never knew. Now man's brain is through, but through eternal night, the twinkling of starlight so very far away. Maybe it's only yesterday.
Check. If I win, can I go?
No.
Why not?
Because you wouldn't even like it there.
You don't know that if I've never even been there.
But I do know. You're my other half.
It is that kind of thing that is wrong with our thinking and needs to be improved.
I don't find that very funny, Marcus.
What? Because you agree with it?
No, I just think
Checkmate.
that you can't go to school.
Why not?
I'll see if you can come up tonight.
Well, Marcus, how was your day today?
Oh, I actually read something very interesting on...
honey, something really cool came in today. I've got to show it to you. Hold on just a second. Okay, it says, Dear Mr. 9901 and Mrs. 10570, we wish to inform you that your nephew, 68421, has shown extreme excellence and uniqueness at our high school. Not only is 68421 on the top of his class, he is also striving to be his own individual in every way, especially with his invention of his dream enhancement machine. Therefore, we'd like 68421 to speak at an assembly regarding the importance of individualism and dangers of similarity. Sincerely, the high school.
That's great.
Well, actually, it's called the serotonin acetylcholine mass enhancer, or SAME for short. It's something the science department let me create, but you don't really want to hear about it.
Oh, yes, we do. Is it here? Can you show us?
Yeah.
I was actually asking Marcus a question.
Don't call it that. You can talk to it any time. Let's go get the machine.
What's funny, Grandma?
Same. S-A-M-E. Funny, isn't it? I know your life is difficult, Marcus, but you will be truly great. You will have your chance. Boundless, Marcus. Boundless.
So basically, it gives you vivid, unique dreams by activating parts of the brain called serotonin and acetylcholine.
Sorry, but serotonin...
Don't interrupt you.
I'm just saying, serotonin and acetylcholine aren't parts of the brain, they're chemicals inside the brain.
No one likes a know-it-all.
I'm sorry, did you base your research off of it being part of the brain?
Did you invent this machine?
I'm sorry, no.
But he could have.
She's emotionally attacking me again.
9901, control your mother.
And it would have been 1,000 times better if he had.
Mother, why do you do this to him?
Why do you do this to him?
Thanks, Grandma.
Sorry, brother. Marcus, you know you can't be out of the basement this close to light.
I need to talk to you.
I have to go to school.
I used your dream machine.
You'd use the SAME?
You haven't used it, have you? You don't know if it works.
I would if you told me what happened.
A full day. I'll give you a full debrief if you give me 1 day.
You're not going to school.
Then you don't get to know what happens.
Why do you even want to go so badly?
I want to know what life is. I've never even been in a car or been in a crowd of people. I want to feel a stranger's skin brush up against mine. I want to hear a loud crowd full of noise.
Those aren't good experiences.
But I need them. I need something.
You have something here.
I have nothing here. I have 761. 761 bricks. No human life should be reduced to counting pieces of rock and mud.
You could ruin my life in a single day.
I couldn't ruin your life if I lived it better than you.
Here's my schedule. Better start walking. School starts in 20 minutes. Right. You can use my clothes for the day, too. Hey, just so you know, the SAME doesn't make happy dreams, just vivid ones. That may just be for you. You haven't exactly had the happiest life. Definitely a vivid one. Now, let's get you ready. What is that?
A water fountain?
A water fountain?
What's up, 68421? Good party last weekend, am I right?
Yeah, it was great.
Good morning, class. Please have a seat, sit down, wake up, settle in, take out your textbooks. Ooh. Yes, Mr. 19444. Okay, today we're going to be reading Orwell's 1984 with a mindset of how it tells us about our history. Who can tell me some history that we know from 1984? Yes, 83002.
Well, in the book, there is the line, Big Brother is always watching, which we know from history that Big Brother was twins who tried to slaughter the normal people of the world.
Yes, exactly right. Please read chapters 4 and 5 as homework. Do it. Do it now. (68421). The bell rang.
I'm sorry, I'll go.
Are you all right?
I'm excellent. I'm learning.
I've just never seen this side of you before.
It's just amazing. I'm actually learning.
Is it the material we're reading?
No, it's not that. We could be reading anything, good or bad. It's just beautiful. No matter what, I have more experience than I did a second ago. It just seems like something to be grateful for.
Come here. If you're really that thirsty for knowledge, I want to give you this.
Thank you very much.
I'm not sure you understand what it is.
It's a Bible.
How do you know that?
It's a book. It's a good book, but it's a book.
How do you know about any books other than Orwell's?
My grandmother gives them to me all the time.
How? They were all burned. Everything was burned.
I'm sorry, I'll leave. Here's your book back.
No, you keep it.
Late, are we 68421?
Sorry, Miss 9.
This is not what is meant by ensuring you are different, 68421.
Well, I'm being different than the people on time by being late.
If you talk back to me again, young man, I can ensure the most severe punishment.
Yes, ma'am.
Class, I'd like you to split into small groups and discuss why it is we study individuality.
So I think it's important because if we're all the same, then we would all die.
What? Why?
Because that's what they say, and it's true. If we were similar, there would be things like twins.
What's wrong with twins?
Come on, 68421. They all tried to kill us.
Why would they do that?
I don't know, because they're not unique, I guess.
Because they are a disgusting race of animal who wish to slaughter us like pigs.
Did you ever meet a twin?
I saw a pair once, yes, in a traveling zoo.
They were displaying them?
Of course, what else are they good for?
Well, they are different people. They're good for a lot of things.
They certainly are. That's why they're so dangerous. They're an entwined team whose only goal is to kill and exterminate us because we're unique.
Is that really true?
How dare you question me? And what gives you the authority to ask such bold questions?
What's that?
It's the buzzer. Time for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to individuality.
to individuality,
So that I may not be the same as any other person.
so that I may not be the same as any other person,
And to never stay in unison or in sync.
and to never stay in unison or in sync,
To prevent the evils of twins in conformity.
to prevent the evils of twins in conformity.
I pledge to the word of 1984.
I pledge to the word of 1984,
For which it stands.
for which it stands,
One world under Orwell.
one world under Orwell,
With different experiences for all.
with different experiences for all.
How was it? Boring? Well, I have a lot to tell you. Let's get started on my analysis. I need my data.
Oh, hello, Marcus. What brings you to my humble abode tonight?
Grandma, did you know that books are banned?
Yes, they cause similar thinking, which is dangerous.
Then how and why did you always give them to me?
It was easy and it was simple, and I never burned my books. I didn't believe in this revolution.
That's how my parents felt too, isn't it?
No, actually, your parents were fully in support of the revolution. Did you know that they were the first people to have their tattoo number? A couple years later, you and your brother were born, and that complicated matters. They paid the ultimate price for you and your brother.
How were they killed?
Horribly. You have no need to know that.
They were my parents. I need to know.
Well, they were rounded up with the rest of the protesters, and they were forced to their knees, and they were shot in the back of the head.
Did a man line them up in 2 lines?
No. How do you know that?
I had a dream of it.
Oh. I want to show you something. This is my grandmother. She and I had a talk much as you and I are talking now. She was a Polish Jew. In 1939, she was captured and taken to Auschwitz concentration camp. And she only survived because she could cook. And as they were getting on the train, she told me that there was an SS officer there, and he would tell people to go to the left or go to the right. If you went to the right, you worked. If you went to the left, you were exterminated.
If me and my brother were there today, would we be exterminated?
Yes.
What is that on her arm?
That's her number.
I thought people had different names back then.
They did. But that number was to identify her as a Jew in the concentration camp.
That's awful. Why would they do that today?
As you read, you've come across the word irony.
Yes.
We live in very ironic times. History is repeating itself in many ways.
I want to change the world, Grandma.
Good. All you have to do is say you want to start.
I want to start tomorrow.
Well, young man, what's the plan? Don't hold back.
Can I ask you something first, Grandma?
I'd be ashamed if you couldn't.
What is your name? Your real name?
Agatha. Agatha Pododnia.
What's going on here?
Marcus is out saving the world. Now be quiet, I'm reading.
Hey, 68421, can I speak to you, please? Where's your brother?
What?
You aren't 68421.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
There's never been two more different people who look so much alike. Come with me. Miss Nine has given herself the hobby of bugging my classroom. I don't feel having this conversation in there. Did you know I was a twin?
No, I didn't.
We were in the military together on separate locations. We were told to oversee that the executions didn't get too violent. Meaning, don't let the twins fight back. After they found out we were twins, I went into hiding, and I lost him. I could never understand why our government let it happen. I guess they figured fighting it didn't work in the Vietnam protests, so why would it work now? Best to keep the approval ratings high, right? His name, his real name, was Michael. I don't know what you're planning here, but you have my complete support.
Thank you very much.
Any student wishing to attend may come to the main theater for an assembly on the importance of individualism and the dangers of similarity by one of our very own students, 68421.
Untie me!
Shh, no.
He's going to ruin my life. Help me!
You're the only one that has ruined your life. Marcus is your own brother and you treat him like trash.
But he isn't supposed to go to school. I am.
What gives you the right to play God and decide you're a better person?
That's the way it should be.
So, that's a legitimate reason to do something? If someone kills someone else because people have always killed each other, that's perfectly acceptable?
Well, no, but...
If your aunt hadn't taken an early bias to you, you could have very well been the one rotting away in the basement, or even worse, dead.
But aren't twins bad?
No! That is just some stupid theory that some ignorant person made up. Your brother loves you. You should love your brother. To hell with individuality. We are all the same inside. James, sometimes I think you are the most imbecilic person I have ever met.
He really loves me, even with the way I treat him?
Unconditionally.
What did you call me just now?
James. It's your real name.
James.
Despite our differences, I'm extremely excited for you, 68421.
Thank you, Miss Nye. Hello. My name is... I'm supposed to speak to you about the dangers of similarity today, but that's kind of hard for a person like me to do. I have a secret. My name is not 68421. My name is Marcus Podobnia, and I cannot speak to you about the dangers of similarity today because I am an identical twin. 68421 is joking around.
I need security in the main theater immediately.
I cannot speak to you about the dangers of similarity, but I can tell you what happens when you overreact, when you focus solely on being unique. Don't you see that by trying so hard to be your own person, you become so unimaginably ignorant? My name is Marcus. Yours is a number. I'm the unique one, not you. By trying to be better, you have all dehumanized yourselves. In the Holocaust of World War II, Jews were given numbers to degrade them and count them as prisoners. But we never learned this because all of our books were burned. Should one book have that much power? If the preacher is the only one with the Bible, what is keeping him from reading false scripture? Do any of you own Bibles? How do you know what's in it? Because I can tell you I've scoured it quite a bit, and there's nothing about killing identical twins. While I can see the world differently than you can, I can't change the way things work, but we all can. It is our duty as the next generation to change the world into something that we actually want to live in, instead of living in a world that was created before us. We can change this. We are all unique, but we are all the same. We are all humans. Let's start acting like we are.
There is an emergency mandatory assembly for all students in the main theater to begin immediately. Today, you have seen the true cunning savage of twins. These atrocious creatures have attempted to infiltrate our school and destroy our uniqueness. Today, you will witness.
My name is not 19444.
Excuse me?
My name is Lawrence.
We don't use those descriptions.
My name is Paige.
My name
was
Todd.
My name is Jackson.
Colson.
It's Josh.
Hannah. Talia. My name is
My name is Marcus.